Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Chris. I'm the founder of Vantoro Marketing. It's a cold email marketing agency. And today I want to talk about the best way to set up your cold email infrastructure in 2026. So, this is everything you need to know without wasting time on DNS records, domains, inboxes, etc. All right. So, we all know that cold email is probably the best way to acquire clients, especially if you're new. But the thing is, you might not get results due to a lack of technical understanding of what you're doing when it comes to setting up the inboxes. Okay, when you're setting up inboxes, you're setting up SPF, SPF, DKIM, and DMARC records. Um, you have to figure out what kind of inboxes you want. You have to warm up the inboxes before you send anything. And if anything goes wrong in the technical setup, your messages will not be delivered and you'll burn your inboxes and your domains. So if you're a beginner, you might spend up to like a week or two or three learning this stuff before you even send a single cold email, right? It's not really a good use of our time. So, why is this important? Obviously, you want it to be set up the right way so that your emails get delivered. All right? If you have an offer, if you have something you're selling, you want to pitch that offer to cold traffic, and you want to sell it. But if your emails aren't getting delivered, they're not going to read it, they're not going to see it, they're not going to buy it. All right. So there's three pillars of cold email deliverability. All right, we have the domains, we have the inboxes, and we have the warm up. All right, so the domains are, if you don't know already, a domain is like a website. Okay, it's www.blah.com. Okay, it's a place on the internet where all of your information lives. Inboxes, pretty self explanatory. Those are the cold email inboxes that are sending your cold emails. All right, and then you want to warm those up. So, warm up is a setting that you want to apply to your inbox to safely send and receive kind of fake messages to warm up the reputation of that inbox, right? If you have a bad reputation on your domain or your inbox, it's just going to go straight to spam and nobody's going to see it. So you got to keep your inboxes healthy. Okay. So if you get any of these wrong, the whole thing crashes and burns and nothing works. All right. So we need to make sure this is done correctly. So how do we do it? All right. We're going to go to scaledmail.com, SCALEDMAIL.com. And they're going to set up everything for you, right? You're going to get pre-configured domains, all of your records already set up. You can get pre-warmed inboxes so that you don't even have to wait. You could be ready to send at volume pretty much in a day or two, I'd say. It depends on when they get the inboxes in your sending sequencer. Usually takes about a day or two. From your dashboard in Scaled Mail, you can monitor your health, and then it plugs and plays super easily with Instantly and SmartLead, which, if you're kind of just starting out with cold email, you're probably using one of these two. All right, so what's the benefit of Scaled Mail for beginners? You get to skip the most confusing part of cold email, which is the setup, right? Like I said, it's very technical. You could spend forever trying to learn all the ins and outs of it if you don't already know how to do it. And it can be a lot of time and potentially a lot of money if you do it incorrectly. You go from zero to sending very quickly, and you don't really need any technical knowledge. For someone who's an agency owner like myself, you understand that infrastructure management is not a revenue generating activity. Nobody is really directly paying you to manage your own infrastructure. It's just not really the best use of your time. You could be coming up with ideas for marketing efforts or your offer or something else that's a little more profit and revenue generating focused. Every hour spent on setup is an hour not spent on clients. Scaled Mail scales with you. You can continue to buy and purchase and add to your portfolio of domains and inboxes as you need them. And you could pretty much outsource it. It's just a way to outsource your inbox setup that you can trust, and it's super affordable. Like, even if I was just starting out, never did cold email, I would still go to Scaled Mail just because it's so affordable that there really is no other best way to do it. One client retainer covers the cost of Scaled Mail many times over. Right? It's not very expensive. So here's the setup process real quick. You're going to sign up for Scaled Mail, and you're going to choose your inbox package, right? We can take a quick look here. Here's a dashboard. You can buy inboxes, you can buy domains, you can buy pre-warmed inboxes, and you can kind of put these together as you like. So you could really just go to pre-warmed inboxes, decide if you want Google, Outlook, or a mixture of the two. You can pick a domain that they already have set up with however many inboxes you need for your sending capabilities. It's not really a big effect on deliverability if your domain isn't the same as your business, because the domain is just used for sending. So go back here to this document. Set up on Scaled Mail, get the domains and inboxes. They're already good to go for you. You're going to give them access to your Instantly or Smart Lead in the checkout box. So let's say I want to buy this one. Boom. Checkout. We'll go here. And then once you check out, there's going to be a quick little walkthrough where you give them access to your Instantly. That way they can plug the inboxes straight in there for you, which is super convenient. They're going to start warming them up for you. They'll have all the warm-up settings accurate. All you have to do is load your lead list into it, write your copy, and you could start your first campaign right away. So there's really no better way to do this. I mean, if you wanted to, you could sit and set everything up. If you're like a control freak and you just enjoy doing super technical things like that. I personally am not like that. I don't think most people are. So it's really simple as that. Go to Scaled Mail, go through their options, see which one works best for you. Like I said, like $110 for the sending power that I just put in my checkout box. This is a good deal. If you did all this all by yourself, you'd probably end up paying more. So just do Scaled Mail, get started, set up your infrastructure. They do have a little cold email course here. If you're super new to cold email, you want another resource to learn, another point of view, perspective, people that are really in the trenches, figuring this stuff out, it's going to be these guys. They also have a guide for once you have your infrastructure. They can help you get started. They can help you with your warm up and your sending settings. They can help you with your records. All of this stuff will give you super quick to the point guides on how to do it, what it is, what you need to know, all of that good stuff. So if you're sending cold emails, even if you're not a cold email agency like me, you should be using Scaled Mail. They really are the best. So that's pretty much it. That's the punchline. Use Scaled Mail, set up your inboxes, and get rolling. Super quick, super cheap, super affordable. And all right, have fun. Love you. Bye.